And if I remember, is Sipsma the chair?
Yes, he is. And I just started recording so that the meeting can be called to order whenever the chairperson is ready.
Are we ready, staff?
Go ahead, I'll dive in.
There you go. Says go ahead.
All right.
We
He's
only have
here.
five-
Dean's with me. See? He's right here.
I'm with you, exactly.
Mr.
All right,
Chairman,
then.
we have,
I
We only
will call our meeting to order tonight. It's the Middleton Westport Joint Zoning Committee. It is the 28th of October. First item on our agenda is a roll call.
Groskopf,
Here,
Kennedy,
I'm here.
Murray.
Tell them I'm here.
They got you,
I can hear them.
and they can hear you.
All right, Kennedy.
Okay.
She waved.
Okay,
You're on
Murray.
mute. You're on mute, Cindy.
That's fine. I
He
see
knows.
her. You know what? I see everybody. Murray, Paulson, and
Here.
Sipsma here. We do not have a third member from Middleton because we had a resignation. And so there's a vacancy right now. So you only have 5 members presently.
And that's Kurt. Kurt and Jen are here from the city,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
Correct.
Along with Mark. Great. Okay.
Right.
Thanks. Then we do have some minutes from June 25th of 2020. That seems like a long time ago. If anyone has reviewed those, would like to make a motion
I move
to approve.
I move approval.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of June 25. Any additions, corrections, anything that we need to do with those minutes? Hearing none, all in favor of approving, say
Okay.
aye or
Aye.
give us a thumbs up.
Aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, say nay, and the minutes are approved. Next item on our agenda tonight is number 1. It's a specific implementation plan. That's an SIP and design review for the Cross Lutheran Church. Phase 1 on Texas Longhorn Drive, west of County Highway M. And that's PC 2577, and I don't know what that means.
That's just our code that we use for our files. So
Got it. Great.
Yeah.
And then is it appropriate, staff, for me to just call the CSM also, or should we do these one at a time?
let's do,
Separate.
I prefer you do them separately, please.
Okay, sounds good. So typically we would hear from Mark, hear from Tom, Mr. Opitz and Mr. Wilson, our staff, to tell us where we're at on these.
Sure. Last night, the Middleton Plan Commission recommended approval with the motion that you see in the recommendation here. Actually, the motion is slightly different. The motion was, and I just emailed, well, I'll read the motion instead. The other email pertained to the CSM. The motion was to approve the SAP, including the site plan, and recommend approval to the council based on the materials submitted by the project engineer on September 22nd, 2020, but substituting the revised building renderings submitted on October 19th, and with the 21 contingencies as listed in the Town of Westport Resolution 20-07. And so that was the action that was what I included in my staff memo, which is right here. So here, I didn't even have to read it. I could have just right there. And that was approved by the Plan Commission unanimously last night.
So Ken, what you have is everybody here, everybody that's on this screen has seen this, and you've all approved it, subject to those conditions in that town board resolution, which you voted on.
Yes.
So it's appropriate at this point for this body, based on the actions that you've already seen, to move approval consistent with what the Middleton Plan Commission did to the city council. I think Mark would say the same.
Yep. Yes.
It's ready to roll. We had a question from the city engineer about the water assessment that is due to the city, but as I told Mark this afternoon, and as he emailed out, we added paying assessments and fees as a condition to the approval. So that's covered. Sean just wanted to make doubly sure that it was covered, and it is. So with that, I would turn it back to you, and unless somebody has any questions or wants to see anything, I think you guys have all individually kind of beat the heck out of this thing, and it's probably ready to roll to city council.
Okay, and of course, Pastor Joel Brandt's with us, and if anyone had any final questions for the pastor, he's here. But I know we have looked at this multiple times before,
Yeah.
and looks like Mark's got a screen here for us
Yeah,
too.
and I thought it was displayed the entire time. I'm sorry. I thought I was
That's all right.
displaying the screen the entire meeting, and
No worries. No worries. So we actually have the resolution before us now, and I need to, let me just get my screen a little
so
bit.
I can go back to the motion that I recommended in the staff report if you'd like, or do you want to look at the conditions? That-
Showing
I
on the
think
motion
we're-
would be helpful, I think.
okay.
Yeah, I think we're ready to roll on a motion on this, and I would certainly take that from
Yeah.
anyone who would like to make that motion.
I'll
I
make that.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Dean.
I said, I'm willing to go ahead and make the motion to approve the SIP and design review, subject to the conditions outlined by the town of Westport and approved by Middleton's planning committee, right?
And I'll
Great.
second that.
Anything else, Tom or Mark, to add to that?
I have nothing else to add unless Tom had anything. I know.
No, I think that the motion is basically to move approval as recommended by staff and as approved by city plan commission. So I think you're pretty good there, Dean. Nice job.
Thank
I
you very
think,
much.
Kurt, did we get a second from you?
Yes, I'll second. Yep.
All right, great. So we do have a motion and a second to approve the SIP and the design review as we have has been recommended by the other bodies that have been identified. Any discussion on that? Further discussion on that? Hearing
Yes.
none, all in favor of the motion, say aye. Pick up.
I
put
think-
up
I
your
got a
thumb.
question quick, Ken.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, go. I apologize. So
So-
yes, Cindy, please.
Do we need to add that note about the assessment for the utilities to the motion or no?
Covered.
What I tried to explain in my email, and I'm sorry I didn't get it to you before the meeting, is that item 6 in the Westport
Okay, I
resolution.
see it
says
now.
all special- yeah. So we feel that that's adequately covered, Tom and I do.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Great. Any other questions or discussion on the motion before we vote? I'm hearing none. Then all in favor, say aye or pick up your thumb.
Aye.
whichever.
Aye.
Aye. Where's mine? There it is. Aye. Nay, anyone against this motion? Hearing none, then this motion has passed. Second item on our agenda tonight is a certified survey map, again for the Cross Lutheran Church, Texas Longhorn Drive, west of County Highway M. Staff, you want to give us the update on the
Sure.
CSM, please?
Very straightforward. Our city engineering team already has had a chance to review it. It was submitted last week, and I thought, let's just squeeze this onto the agenda and then be done with it. So they said the geometry looked fine. They had no technical concerns with it at all. They just wanted to make sure that the conditions are, especially the utility payment, is part of the conditions, and that's why it says here in compliance with all terms of the SIP and other conditions and restrictions required by the town of Westport. That's the recommendation. What I had as the well, actually, that was the recommendation from the Plan Commission last night.
Yeah.
The language.
Now, the flip side of this is, Mark, because you had a meeting, thought, well, let's put this on the agenda and move it on because it is consistent with what they've proposed and what they've shown in the past. And lot 1 covers, this phase. Lot 2 is for the second phase, and then you can see the outlot, which is their driveway. This is going to come to the town, but next month. They submitted it after all of our meetings, but so we thought, well, this is all consistent with everything that you've done so far. And so what the Plan Commission and what we recommend that you do is approve this, recommend approval consistent with the City Plan Commission, which was this has to meet all the terms of the SIP approval that you just did, and any other conditions and restrictions that might be placed by the town of Westport. So they're deferring to us and we get this next month. And that seemed to me a great way to handle it, and then it doesn't have to come back to this body again. And I hope you all agree, and then that would be a simple motion as Mark originally had up there.
All right. We can take some action on that then.
Who would like to fill in the blanks?
Move approval of the certified survey map, contingent with all of the terms of the SIP and the conditions that were approved by the City of Middleton Plan Commission last night, and any other conditions or restrictions required by the town of Westport.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second to approve the certified survey map on all the conditions that have just been discussed, including those that may be forthcoming from the town of Westport, which will probably be few, but nevertheless, we have that motion and second. Any additional discussion or questions or comments on the CSM? Hearing none, all in favor of approval, say aye or give me a thumbs up.
Aye.
Opposed, and I hear none. That motion is passed 5-0, as Mark just filled in. And I think that's about it for us for tonight. I'm picking up my camera off of my thing and seeing if can I bring. No, that is.
What are we looking at,
Like,
Ken?
There's like a sunset out there that is like fabulous.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Oh, it is. Holy
It's-
smoke.
I can't quite get it on the camera, but it is just.
Can you see it out my
rocking.
window up there? in the
Yeah,
corner?
yeah, we can. It's pretty nice.
Very pretty.
It's a rocking sunset. But anyway, I couldn't get it on there, but so our last item on our agenda is to adjourn. I'll take a motion to that effect.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor of adjournment, say aye or.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. And we are adjourned tonight. Thanks, everyone. And
Thank you.
well, another step for you, Pastor Joel. You're getting
Yeah.
there. You're
You're getting close.
there.